faces, hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome once again to Blue to Berry Gaming. Today we're going to be off topic a little bit. We're going to be talking about a subject that I just had to get out. I had to get this video out. I had to make this. Lately I've been playing a lot of State of Decay 2. Also I've been playing a lot of Gears of War. I've been playing online, and I just needed to talk about Gears a little bit. So let's get into the video. The first Gears, I think, was a complete masterpiece. Gears of War 1 was a fantastic game and kind of really captured the feeling of loneliness and having just your brothers into the end. They really started this pressing A and going into cover. Their cover system was completely different from most games. It was just so perfect. Like Gears of War, every other game, even like Grand Theft Auto and games like that, it just couldn't capture that cover system. And Gears of War pretty much captured it and dominated it. Also, the active reloading felt just so right with Gears. The Lancer, having that weapon actually introduced in this whole franchise. I mean, it's one of the most iconic weapons because it separates itself from any other weapon. It's a half chainsaw, half machine gun. I think the online was great as well, but it was so hard. Every time I got on Gears of War 1 online, it was just too hard for me. I get my headshot immediately. It gave me so much anxiety just to play Gears of War online because I could hear people just like, come on, man, do something. I couldn't really do anything because Gears of War 1, I mean, everybody on there was pretty much a pro by the time I started, so it really wasn't that great. Story of Gears of War 1 was fantastic. I could like remember it line for line, word for word. Also, I hated Dom in that game. Like, Dom was so annoying. If you didn't have split screen co-op, Dom was completely annoying. He kept getting in the way. He kept getting shot up. He kept downing him, especially at the end with the last boss battle. Dom was just useless. The second Gears of War was really the same as the first Gears of War, but it was just a lot better. It was more refined. It had everything it needed. Dom was a lot better as well, so I really liked Dom in that game. Co-op was really good. They added better weapons, they added better people, and they made it was like a bigger scale. So the game had a bigger scale. I still love to play online, even with bots, because bots was so necessary because Gears of War 1 was so hard online. As soon as I get online, I die. So when I actually got to play with the bots, it made it a little different experience. It gave me a little time to practice. Horde mode was extremely awesome. It was introduced in Gears of War 2, and that's just when you're getting waves and waves of enemies. Like Gears of War 3, same thing. What they did was just make the game better. They tweaked on things that they needed to be tweaked on, and I emphasize this a lot because you don't need to change the whole game up. I mean, they introduced some new mechanics, new weapons, of course. The game looks a lot different, especially with the new outfits where they were like sleeveless outfits, and you know, the underwater level looked really awesome. All the new enemies look great. They redesigned Horde mode, so it was like a Horde 2.0, and they also introduced a beast mode where you could actually play as the Locust. So that part was extremely fun. And I mean, Gears of War had like some of the greatest online moments. Also, it was one of my favorite third-person shooters. Like, I mean, Gears of War Judgment was really my least favorite game in the series. It was made by the people that made Bulletstorm. If you ever played Bulletstorm, it was a really cool game where you can kick people and they slow motion in the air and you can shoot them up. Basically, Gears of War is just one of the most bad. Gears of War Judgment was like my least favorite. Of course, it was a prequel to the other Gears games. You play with Baird, and Baird was definitely my least favorite character out of the Gears series. I think he was really cool, and he had a lot of humor. Like, he was very funny, but putting him as the main character in Gears of War Judgment, it was just bad judgment. And I don't think he'd really take Marcus' shoes. I mean, people could say that the Gears of War Judgment was one of their favorite games. I really didn't feel that way. The emotional attachment to the story wasn't there. We already knew what was going to happen because it's a prequel and we know what happens in the future. So it was no real big surprise in that game. And the people that I didn't see in the future, I knew, yes, something probably bad going to happen. So it was just the predictability. And that's what really like ruined Gears of War Judgment for me. Multiplayer was a lot different. Like, usually when you get shot, you get downed, like you're on the ground and people can help you up. They took that away. So it made it a lot more fast paced. You could pretty much just shoot people down and they would just die automatically and they would respawn. So it made it a lot faster. You're basically on trial and you're telling your story of what happened in the past. I just didn't really get with it. But when he had the opportunity to change what happened, like he can be like, yeah, we beat the whole game with just Lancers. So now you have this opportunity to play the game with just Lancers. So that was really interesting. Innovation, you know, it was a cool way of putting that in there. The rewards that I got for beating the game kind of just made it feel so arcadey, and I was just not into it. Gears of War 4 was a complete overhaul. They took everything, it just made it extremely better. Like, it wasn't just like a step up. It was like 10 steps up. They made the game, the scale a lot bigger. I mean, the weapons were like more powerful. They just felt more powerful to me. Characters look bigger and just like stronger. I think that the environments, especially when the weather system and stuff like that, the weather system really like blew me away. Just seeing all like how the trees and stuff are like almost to the point where they're falling over because the weather is so strong. I mean, Gears of War 4 really impressed me with the visuals. I didn't think I was going to like the character as well. I didn't think the characters weren't going to be anything good because we've already got to know these characters, but they surprised me. They were funny. They were really good, you know, and I felt emotional attachment to them. You know, I didn't want nothing to happen to them. And yeah, they were extremely funny. They made me laugh. And like every cutscene we had, it was funny. It wasn't corny. In my opinion, I don't feel like it was corny. It had some really great moments. The ending was kind of just like lackluster, in my opinion. And a lot of people was just expecting Gears of War 5 after they beat number 4. I think Gears of War has really dominated the whole playing field. But yeah, then they announced at E3 just recently that Gears of War 5 was announced. So Gears of War 5 is going to be really interesting because it takes the story of one of the characters in Gears of War 4 and expands on her storyline, because there's a lot of things going on with her. You know, her backstory and some stuff like that. She has like one of the strongest backstories. So we're actually going to be playing with her and understanding, like going back to the roots. So it's going to be really interesting. I just feel like the battle was definitely not finished after I finished Gears of War 4, and it was just so much left unseen. So Gears of War 4, you know, we're going to get that. They remastered Gears of War 1. So if you haven't played Gears of War 1, the remastered edition is just so refined, so beautiful. And I'm feeling like as soon as I finish this video, I'm gonna go jump on Gears in about 20 minutes. Gears of War Tactics was announced as well. It's going to be a PC game only right now. That's what they're saying. That's going to be a PC game. It's an RTS game. If you've ever played any game like XCOM, or you played SimCity, or any kind of game where you just click, tell people what to do, and they do it. You're kind of having like an overhead view, and you get to look down at those characters and stuff like that. Anything like that, this is what that game is like. This is just a RTS game, real-time strategy. So it happened 12 years before the events of Gears of War 1. You make your own squad. They said the story is going to be pretty good. It's going to have like a real good story, but I hope they don't really change anything or just put something in this story exclusively that we don't get to see. We also announced Gears of War Pop. Gears of War Pop is only going to be coming out for the mobile device. So it's going to be Microsoft's chance to just make a mobile phone game, just like Tactics is their chance to make a PC only game. It's just something else that Gears is doing that, you know, to hold us off until Gears 5. I don't know how long these games are going to come out, but I'm pretty sure Gears Pop and Tactics will be coming out before Gears 5. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is, because it might help the wait for Gears of War 5. And I think after Gears of War 5 has come out, I don't know if we're going to be wanting to play Pop and Tactics. And I think those are good games to add on before Gears of War. And yeah, that's pretty much Gears of War. So if you never played Gears of War, I definitely encourage everybody to play it. Don't play the first one, like the original Gears of War Online, because you will get your head popped off and you will not survive. So don't do that. Don't do it. Don't put yourself through that. Play Gears of War 2, because it gets a lot better. And play with the bots if you need to do some practicing so you can understand the game, because the online is just so fun. It gives me this feeling of nostalgia, and it's the reason that I play video games. It's this one feeling. I just can't. It's just happiness. Gears of War Online and Halo Online used to be my two games that I used to jump on every single day when I jumped online, and Saints Row. Saints Row is like the main game I played all day. I hope y'all really enjoyed the video. I hope y'all excited for Gears of War 5. It will be coming out. I definitely want to do another quick update video about that when it does come out, and you know, it's ready to come out. So I hope y'all enjoy that as well. Got a lot more stuff coming out. Definitely, it's Assassin's Creed week. So if you're prepared for Assassin's Creed, let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, check out that Assassin's Creed video and get ready for it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say. Shout out to Dragon Dust, because he always gives me love, always shows support. If you're a fan of Fortnite, go check out my boy Naldo. He's got some new videos out there, so go check him out, man. He's really cool. He's part of the fam. Check out Xbox Beyond the Box. We're gamers, you know what I'm saying? We're real gamers. I'm looking at for pure gamers that's just representing video games. We'll definitely check out their channels. Links in the description down below. I thank y'all for watching once again today. My name is Blueberry, and I'm out.
Every morning, brush my teeth and throw my flag to my left. Drop to my knees and say a prayer, Lord, I'm asking for help. I grab my heck off the dresser, then I wipe on my shells. I wonder who gon' walk with me through the valley. Fans keep my grandma doing, talking about a shooting. Trending topic of my city, gotta watch how I'm moving.
The cold train runs on whole grain, baby. Whoa!